A friend of mine told me about this beautiful 1969 Camaro that was for sale down in Southern Oregon. The gentleman had it listed on Facebook Marketplace, and he was asking $42,500 for this Camaro. And this Camaro was equipped with a 250 six-cylinder engine and an automatic transmission. Now, I don't know what you think, but I think $42,500 is a lot of money for a 69 Camaro with a six-cylinder engine. However, this car was very, very nice, just like he told me. But overall, a very nice little survivor type car. We'll take a look inside real quick. And you can see it just really hasn't been messed with. There's some door panels, etc. Really nice original headliner. I believe that the car was still sporting the original bucket seats, that it had never been recovered. And the carpet in the car appeared to be the original, and it fit like a glove. It was equipped with the 15x7 steel wheels with the dog dish hubcaps, giving it that COPO Camaro look. The average enthusiast could easily mistake this car for the $700,000 COPO Camaro you see here in the pictures that recently sold at the 23 Mecum Auto Auction in Indianapolis. One of the things that really attracted me to this car was that it retained most of its original documentation, including the protecto plate, the warranty protecto plate, the original sales invoice, and the original window sticker. And that it was sold new in Portland, Oregon at AB Chevrolet on Burnside Avenue. If you look closely on the window sticker here, you can see that it had front and rear bumper guards, which I thought was unusual on a six-cylinder car. And it was a power glide transmission, a 250 six-cylinder engine with 155 horsepower for $3,200. I was told by the seller of this car that the original owner was a school teacher who lived in Portland, Oregon, and she owned this car for many, many years and had only sold it recently. Well, like I said earlier, $42,500 is a lot of money for a six-cylinder Camaro. I called the seller and talked to him on the phone, and he told me that he really liked the car, but it was just too nice of a car for him. He didn't like storing it in his garage and having his cat crawl on it or having birds poop on it, etc., and having to babysit the car. He liked the car that's a little more rougher around the edges, that he can drive every day and not have to worry about it. And I kind of felt the same way. But he had been getting several calls from various people on Facebook Marketplace, and many of them were tire kickers. Some of them were actually very interested in the car and had the ability to buy it. But it was becoming kind of a pain in the butt for him with this thing on Facebook Marketplace. A couple hours later, the phone rang, and it was the seller. And he knew that I was a very serious buyer. And he said he was sick and tired of the marketplace buyers. And he knew that I was serious and that I really wanted the car. And so he made me an offer on the car that I decided I just could not refuse. So we drove to Southern Oregon and picked up the little 69 Camaro with a six-cylinder engine. So Sean and I then began our 2.5-hour drive home. We hadn't really even driven the Camaro, but we knew that it was in really nice condition. But we needed to get something to eat, so we stopped at the Creekside Grill, where we picked up a hamburger and fries, a bacon cheeseburger. It was very, very good. And topped off the Camaro, and then we were on our way.
Always will be. Eugene's New Country Leader, New Country 93.3.
We jumped on Interstate 5, going north for about 120 miles, and the Camaro worked flawlessly. The BF Goodrich radial TAs on the car were balanced very nicely. We were traveling along most of the way at about 70 miles an hour up to Eugene, Oregon, where Sean dropped off and I continued on. We both drove the car and really enjoyed it. And we could Imagine what it was like in 1969 when you were driving your 6-cylinder Camaro. It was brand new. This car was in very, very good condition. I stopped at the fuel stop, and at that point I thought, what did I do? I just spent a bunch of money for a 1969 Camaro with a 6-cylinder engine. I still wasn't sure if that was the right thing to do. But the more I looked at the car and the more that I drove it, I drove several tanks of fuel out of the car. I began to really like the car. It had the original spare tire and jack in the back. The bumper jack is complete in this car. It works great. Kind of scary using these old bumper jacks back in the day. Uneven ground, car wants to roll, but it would get the job done. Pretty cool. I really enjoyed the car, and I loved the originality of the car. Having the original license plate frames, bumper guards, all the things that go along with it. I was faced with the same problem that the seller that sold it to me had. The car was so nice, I had to keep the upkeep on it was difficult, and I did not have proper storage for the car because I already have a 68 Camaro and a 69 Camaro, and I don't have enough storage for them. And the 69 Camaro that I have, the red one, I need to finish it up and make it a complete car, running and driving and all those good things. So I decided that I needed to sell the 69 Camaro. And my friend that had originally told me about the car really wanted the car, and so I offered to him if he wanted it. On the 3rd of July, we had a little barbecue and a little car show at the lake at Devil's Lake in Lincoln City. My brother brought out his 1967 El Camino L34 350 horse 396 car that you may remember. This car was in one of our very first videos that we ever did. And my cousin Paul, he brought out his 69 Camaro with a 427. And as you can well guess, the 69 Camaro with a 6-cylinder was no match for his Camaro with a 427. And my grandson, Dante, he brought out the 1986 Chevrolet half-ton 2-wheel drive that used to be a long bed that we shortened up to a short bed. Well, I started the Camaro for one last time. My friend Polaris had come up from Coos Bay to pick up the Camaro that I had sold to him.
Has that got a 427 in it or what?
427.
Or is that a 250 inline 6-cylinder?
You got me. 250. Blair.
Cool lights.
Gotta have those on. There you go. Gotta have those on.
And just like that, the Camaro was on its way to Coos Bay, Oregon, where it now resides.
That money bag's empty.
I'm sure I will miss the car. Like I said before, I ran several tanks of fuel through the car, drove it to the beach many times, drove it Portland area, all around. Put a lot of miles on the car and really enjoyed it. But the tough thing for me is my house, you can't leave a car set outside over the winter with the trees, whatnot that I have. And I was shuttling cars in and out of my shop, and it was going to force one of the cars to be out in the weather. And I really could not do that to this car or any of my other cars. So it had to go. But what do you think? $42,500 for a 6-cylinder Camaro. I think that's a lot of money. And I didn't pay that much for it. The seller gave me a great deal. I felt comfortable with what I paid for it, but I also felt like it was a lot of money. I was ready for it to go. And as you see in this picture, I don't lack for any projects. I've got plenty of things to work on, plenty of cars to do. But you can see they're sitting outside. This truck was one of my most watched videos, and I need to get back to working on it, clean it up, do the interior, and several things to that truck. And I also have a 1976 Chevrolet K10 that I have not brought home. It's over at a friend's place that I need to get home and get working on. And of course my 69 Camaro that I need to be working on and finishing up. My 67 C10 that is an ongoing project, just maintenance sort of things, and improving on it all the time there. Well, I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you would, please leave a comment. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time at Rusty Duck Garage.
Always will be. Eugene's New Country Leader, New Country 93.3.